Local business people, educators, and service providers converged on the Bennington Museum on Thursday, October 24th, to discuss a wide range of workforce issues and their impacts on the state's economy. The Regional Workforce Summit was one of 12 being held around the state to provide a platform for sharing information and ideas, as well as to inform state policymakers about how Vermont's employers and educators can adapt to a changing environment. Attracting workers to move to Vermont can be a tough sell when the state's cost of living doesn't align well with the salaries that businesses can be comfortable about offering. And there are other factors to juggle: childcare costs, housing costs, transportation issues, adapting to global competition, at the same time as the state's workforce is aging and not growing. Jeffrey Lewis, who works as a facilitator and program planner with the state's 12 regional development corporations and the Department of Labor, said the workforce shortages were beginning to prompt serious discussions on long-term business strategies. And they aren't unique to Vermont, he added.
Well, this is a series of meetings we're doing across the state. We're doing 12 workshops like this. In the morning we talk with employers. In the afternoon we talk with what we call providers, which is all the support systems and trainers that help prepare workforce to get them ready. So this morning we were talking with employers. One of the things we just completed is to ask employers how the workforce shortage is affecting their business. We've got a list of about 30 things that they talked about, ranging from learning to work with the millennial generation to not being able to find high-level talent and having, therefore, to develop remote work habits with people, build new technology, new work practices to deal with them. One of the things we are now learning is that the workforce shortage that we see is happening across the country and beginning to show globally. Japan has a terrible workforce shortage. China is beginning to have a workforce shortage. Even Bangladesh is beginning to show a workforce shortage as it becomes a more stable country. All that means is that those other countries that we thought were going to be a supply to the United States are no longer suppliers.
During the morning session, the roughly 30 local business leaders broke into smaller groups to discuss their concerns and possible solutions.
And when we advertise for kind of the management supervisory level, that's normally where we'll see transfers from other states across, and we've done that over the past couple of years. And every one of them struggles to find housing that's affordable. I mean, they're coming from big cities like Denver, where the cost of living is higher than it is in Manchester, Vermont. However, one, finding the availability of an apartment is hugely difficult. Two is when they are able to find something, it's about as expensive as it is in Denver. And so all of a sudden, and the pay scale is lower.
You make $100,000 somewhere else and live in DC or live in Boston. Until they decide to have a family, they're not coming back here.
The inheriting our career from our parents has always been a clear pathway from the family into the workforce. It's always worked really, really well. It worked really well in an agrarian society. It worked pretty well in an industrial society. It's not working well in a post-industrial society. So I challenge that the issue is that motivations have changed. I just think that the systems have changed and have not kept up.
The workforce summits are roughly at their midpoint, and when finished, Lewis and his colleagues will work on a report about their findings. Melissa Morrison, who runs At-Home Senior Care, said the gathering was informative.
I think it was really exciting to see so many employers come together. I think there was lots of discussion that allows us to collaborate with each other. I think it creates a platform for us to work together as employers, ranging and with a scope of entry-level positions all the way up through professional level. I met some new people that I thought was great. I heard some great ideas on not only just focused on the weaknesses in our county, but looking at the opportunities of how we can improve. I think we had some great takeaways that I'm already looking to implement, and I look forward to collaborating with other employers in the area prior to the next Workforce Summit.
Dimitri Garter, the CEO of Global Z, a consumer data management firm based in Bennington, said the conversation at his table led to some new thinking on the workforce issue.
I think what we heard as part of the discussion in our group was more of an emphasis on systems thinking, that a lot of the decision-making processes are happening more in a siloed way, perhaps with a lack of understanding of how those decisions are impacting broader systems or other stakeholders in the process. So our team came up with some ideas around implementing some pilot projects to show how systems thinking can have a positive influence on the entire community.
There's no shortage of challenges on the workforce front. Practical solutions that can be quickly implemented may be something else. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.